With this trip to the high country, from the very start to the very end, it was just beautiful. The whole experience, the scenery, the height. I think just being that high and having the 360 views and everything was so green and the fresh water, the whole thing. I think all of us the whole time had our jaws open and just couldn't take in enough. It was absolutely beautiful. The standout memory for me on this trip to the high country would have to be probably noticing that my kids are getting older. So Mia driving in the Ram, I thought that was, that was really cool. Her with the trailer on the back, four-wheel driving. Now that's all she talks about. All she wants to do is go four-wheel driving and camping, and the boys driving their own car, and I thought it was a different experience. This trip, Justin and I towed the X1, which is very different for me because normally I'm X3. I like the comforts, and when filming as well, it's good to have that bit of privacy. With the X1 though, it was a different experience, but the privacy, I still had that. It was completely different using the X1 to the X3, but I love them just as much as each other. When we got to the huts, this is something that Justin had spoken about. Actually being there and seeing them was so different to just that explanation. You really could feel the history in these huts and see where they had their fires and think about the people there just, camping out for the night after doing what we were doing on horseback. I couldn't even think of that. We had all the luxuries in the world, but it really was a great feeling to be able to see them and just think how they got through that terrain, that weather, and the hardship. When we got to Billy Goats and the boys were leading the way, there was absolutely no fear from me. They've been doing this their whole life. They really are. If you stand back and watch them, they just take it by the reins. It is a fun experience to be on the back end and not always leading the way and letting them lead us for a change. It was enjoyable. When we were there and we were doing all the switchbacks, some of them actually got really quite tight. Having such a small, compact trailer on the back really does help. I definitely did feel comfortable, even with the big Ram, just having a small, compact trailer. I knew we were light and there wasn't too much manoeuvring to get around. Without being able to go on these trips and use the trailers the way that we use them, they wouldn't develop the way that they do. Patriot campers Gen 1 and Gen 2 are very different. With the Gen 1s, I would have to really kind of help Justin and support him as he was setting up the trailer. I found with the Gen 2, it's really just a one-man band. Like it's so easy. He's got it done before I'm even, pulling out the ground mats. I can get straight on meal prep, getting everyone fed, and it's just so simple, the Gen 2 trailers. I'm not one to like to take time off and be in a caravan park or be surrounded by people that I don't know. For me, time off is get me out of there, get that phone not working. I want to be out there and I don't want to see anyone. And the Patriot camper does do that for you. You can go out, just be with your family, and you're out far enough that no one's bothering you, and you can stay away from those campsites. Taking a step back from the everyday life and just being out and just enjoying life with your family. There is nothing like it.